control during this time? The 13 colonies, also known as New England. Who was in charge? Think back to 8th grade. The king. Which king? King George. You guys remember King George? Always throw out kind of like a general name, George, John, Henry. Okay, so King George, he is the one that's running the show. He's Big Daddy, right? He's the big man on campus. And he is the one that is controlling, right, these 13 colonies or this new this new location. So they're all still under that British rule, okay? We say, oh, no, Mr. King, like, we're done. We're done with you and done with all your rules and regulations. And we'll get to why they were so upset. But we say, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary for the people to dissolve political bands, okay, which have connected them with another, and assume among the powers of earth we are separate and equal. So we're saying we don't want to be part of England anymore. Like, we're done. We're tapping out, okay? And really, in the Declaration of Independence, it really is a list. If you guys have seen it, it's in your textbook. If you guys look, it's a list of what King George has done. It says, like, he has done this. He has. And it's really an assault on King George, saying, hey, no, we are not going to be part of this. We don't want to be part of a king. We don't want to be part of a monarchy. And so we declare our independence. Sign a little letter, mail it over to England, okay? And really, does that, this is the rest of it, but does that make you, so if I said, well, California is like one of the biggest economies in the United States, so we should be our own nation, let's write that down. Would that work?
No.
What would Obama say? Right? Let's say that our senator says, both of our senators are like, yeah, California, we got our own thing going on. We should be, we should maybe we'll etch us off. We'll be an island, separate from the United States. No? That won't work? No. Okay. So this is what happens. Well, how do you think that King George takes that? He's not going to take it very well. So the United States says, we're game. Let's go. So they actually do have the American Revolution, right? And then we're going to have them fighting. And so, and they do rebel against Britain. Now, why are they so upset? Why is this an issue? Well, basically, they're crybabies. Okay? So, what happens back, this is some background. Dinosaurs roamed the earth, right? When I was born. Ice Age comes, and the colonists are really hungry. They're religious crybabies. And, and New England hates witches, right? This is like a short timeline for you guys. Native Americans are persecuted, okay, except Rhode Island actually becomes a safe place, so except in Rhode Island, but they're persecuted. England basically leaves the colonies alone, okay, they're like doing their own thing, until, okay, the French and Indian Wars. So look, this is really close to that 1776 date, where we're going to declare our independence. Just a refresher on the French and Indian Wars. So this is a conflict between the British and the French on American soil. Okay? You can see how that would be a little messy, right? So France ends up losing, but Britain actually spends so much money sending troops, sending resources over to the United States, right? That's expensive. You gotta cross, a huge ocean. So France is like, well, how are we going to, we have debt now. How are we going to pay back this debt? And they're like, oh, duh. Since it was fought in America, why don't we just tax them, tax the colonists? That's a great idea. Yeah? It's a way to make money, right? You see taxes going up all the time. How many of you work, have a job? No one? You guys need to get jobs. So you make money, get freedom. So half of my paycheck, literally, I'm supposed to make $5,500. That's like how much money I should really make. But guess how much money I actually put in my pocket each month? Guess.
2,000.
Close.
3,000.
$3,000 on the button. $3,000. So I pay a lot of money in taxes, right? And all of you will pay that. I mean, when you start working, you start looking at, where is this going? Right? Some of it is taken out for healthcare and things like that. But most of it, you have federal taxes, right? Big government taxes, and you have state taxes. So you get taxed twice. So yeah, let's tax them. This is where this is all stemming from. Britain also placed 10,000 troops in the colonists, and the colonists see this as a direct threat. Like, why are you putting British soldiers on, we're doing our own thing, and we're being successful, we're not really, causing a ruckus. Well, we have the French and Indian Wars, and then we were like, oh, now we have all these soldiers here. Oh, I don't like the way that looks. So, they start with a sugar tax, okay? So, the colonists start smuggling in goods, right? Try to work the black market. And the Sugar Act does three things. So it's going to reduce the tax on molasses. You guys know what molasses is? Yeah, it's like really thick and gooey. Okay. By 50%, it's going to place taxes on other things that were previously untaxed, so, other items. And anyone accused of smuggling is going to be tried by a judge, not a jury, which had previously been happening. But they're going to get tried by a judge. One person, guilty or not, right? So then this gives this one person a lot of power, right? Don't you guys think? I would not like that. This mainly affects traders and merchants. The Stamp Act, in 1765, directly affects the colonists. It's going to be placed on goods. So don't think of it like right now we think of like, oh, a stamp, like you put a stamp on, the postman comes, put up the flag, they take your mail. Okay, Stamp Act is really looking at newspapers, wills, playing cards. So anything that was document-based, right, like paper-based, pamphlets, things like that, that's where the Stamp Act. It's like everything, okay? So this really affects the colonists, and they start this really secret rebellion, resistance, and it's known as the Sons of Liberty. So they create this organization. It's a secret organization. And they're like, we're going to rebel, there's talks, a lot of educated people within this. But they start boycotting. They said, oh, really? You want to tax, my paper goods? I wanted to go play poker with my buddy last night, and I went to go buy some cards, and it was like way too expensive. I was angry. So the colonists started saying, oh, we're not going to buy those goods anymore because then we won't have to pay the tax, right? That's a boycott. There's no boycott? Yeah. So they say, forget you. So the British actually say, okay, we're sorry. We're going to remove that tax. Okay, so they end up, eating their words and going back on that tax. Make my crybaby. Okay, so the Townshend Acts in 1776, remember this is like a popular